Good morning, everyone. I am going to try to get this light. Wow, it is bright. This is day one of the Visionary Social Media Challenge. So excited to be here with everybody. Apologies for the rays of light that are coming through the blinds. Good morning, Carrie. We're going to get started momentarily. I hope you are as excited as I am. This is something that has been on my heart for a long time. And I'll explain the backstory of where I got the idea in a bit. But I hope that you have your workbook printed out. This is going to be really important as we go through the challenge. So just going to wait for a few more people to jump in. I see two of you here. Many of you be watching the replay, so if you are tuning into the replay, if you could do me a favor and just type in replay if you're watching this, not live. So again, just waiting for a couple more people to roll in and then we can get going. Sorry for how bright it is, but it is a beautiful sunny day. I'm in Toronto. Let me know where you are tuning in from, whether you're live or if you're watching the replay. I'd still love to know where you're tuning in from. I'm just going to pull up my notes and prepare to get going. All right, I see three of you have jumped in. Let me just see if I can reposition this. It's very bright today, so apologies for the weird rays of, I'm not sure what, sunshine on my face. Okay, so you probably received an email from me last night, unless you joined our challenge late. And if you're just tuning in, could you just say hi? And thanks, Leslie. Leslie's in Trenton, Ontario? Leslie, I forget where you live. Jessica, hi Jessica, good morning. Where are you tuning in from, Jessica? Let me know. I know Carrie is in Ontario, southwestern Ontario. Leslie, are you in Trenton? Is that what I'm seeing here? Trenton, maybe that is a place. LOL, you can't spell. That's okay. I thought like maybe you lived in the trees or something. Valerie, tuning in from London. London, Ontario or London, England? Jessica from Niagara Falls. Very cool, very cool. Thank you for letting me know where you're coming from. That means a lot. It's nice to feel the community in times like this, right? Like just talking to people. It's amazing. I know that we can't be together in person, hopefully soon. We don't know. But this is the next best thing, and I'm very grateful to have tools like Facebook and Instagram to keep us all connected. But of course, as you know, we are here today to actually talk about doing an Instagram cleanse, a detox, okay? So again, if you're watching live, feel free to interact. It's more fun when you interact with me, right? I always say don't be a passive listener, a passive watcher. If you're going to show up to content like this, you might as well just like put some emojis, be like, hey, what's up? Connect with the other members. I find that most of the magic actually comes with you all in making connections. Donna from Calgary and London, England, says Valerie. Okay, cool. So we got Calgary, we got other places in Canada, we got England. Maybe we can get some people from Australia on. So we're very grateful for the social media tools that we have access to. But do you ever cleanse or detox your social media feeds, okay? Similar to how you might detox your body or your liver once in a while. Has anyone ever done like a no alcohol challenge? That would be detoxing your liver. Has anyone done the Marie Kondo challenges, where you basically go through all your books and your clothing and you purge that? But have you ever purged a big purge? Okay, this is not a little one. Have you done a big purge of your social media, particularly your Instagram? And my guess is that possibly not, okay? So as I used to practice as a holistic nutritionist about 6-7 years ago. And I talked all day long about people detoxing their bodies and really cleansing the products they were using on their skin and in their home, which is all really great. And now that I have shifted careers, now I work in business and marketing consulting. But I've never really talked about detoxing your social media feed. And it's certainly something that has been on my mind. So that's why we are gathered here today. Leslie says she's done a sugar detox and tried to clean up her Facebook feed. That's amazing. Okay, so you are no stranger to the concept of detox. Has anyone else done any sort of detox or purge before? Clothing. Maybe it was your fridge that you needed to clean out. Maybe you actually looked at your social circle and were like, do we need to be hanging out with, Drunk Dave over there? Or can we maybe do without Friday nights with Drunk Dave? Sue, I so need to do this. Yeah. And I'm going to give you a lot more reasons why you need to do this on today's chat, okay? So you may have seen my email, but according to Social Media Today, which is a renowned digital marketing blog, during this time of coronavirus, which is when I'm recording this, but maybe you're watching this after, we're spending an average of 20 to 25% more time on our devices than ever. That's crazy. 25% more time. We're already spending a lot of time on devices. And now that we're home more, now that people have been shaken up due to this current collective global experience, things have changed and we're spending more time online. And here's the thing, you've had your Instagram account for probably like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, potentially, maybe longer. And if you've never done a proper purge, then you're being infiltrated with random, toxic, unhelpful stuff right now. And we don't often take the time to have a critical eye on our social media feeds. So I actually got the idea to do this back in January. In January, I went to LA and attended a conference called Archangel Messengers. And the topic was social media and marketing. And it was such an amazing conference. And do you ever notice, like at conferences, you're constantly taking notes, and then you often come home and you don't do anything with the notebook or with the workbook? Well, what I did after this conference was I basically sifted through every page of notes that I had, and I jotted down action items in a Google document. And the one thing that really stood out to me that I felt like I had to bring home from this conference was that I needed to host some sort of challenge around radically detoxing your social media. Because I always talk about being consistent and producing epic content and being relatable and all this stuff. But I'm like, what does it all matter if you're not feeling good at the end of your social media strategy? And I think one of the first things that we need to do, rip through all the noise and the garbage and get really clear on who we're letting into this house party, okay? Not everybody is allowed in the door. Not everybody is allowed to be someone you follow. There has to be boundaries, okay? So obviously we're going through a bit of a heavy time right now. Lots of emotions. On Monday particularly, I was just feeling weighted down with what was going on, but I really do believe that a lot of greatness will be born out of this crisis. We're all going to pivot. We're going to launch new offers. We're going to produce things that help the world where they're at right now. But that can only happen if among this heaviness, we are feeling light. We are feeling that ideas can flow through us and that they're not being crowded out. But what happens is when you're creeping people's content and just consuming people's content, and you're not creating and connecting with the right content, you're not a good vessel for new content to come. So if you want to produce something wonderful out of this crisis and not look back on it going, wow, I really wasted 3 months in isolation, you need to stop creeping and consuming random followers' content, which you're doing because we all have, I'm talking about myself, too many people. We follow too many people. And so you're not able to create and connect because you're creeping and consuming, okay? And so the goal of this challenge is to really pare it back only to the essentials for now, knowing that you're going to refollow a lot of these people. You're going to still want to populate the feeds that you see when you open up Instagram. But it starts with cleansing and detoxing and getting to only the good stuff right now. Especially right now, this is important, right? To just have the good stuff coming at you because you want to feel light when you log in. If it feels light, it's right. If it's heavy, you're not ready. Okay? If it's light, it's right. So if you get that feeling of lightness when you open Instagram, it's right. If it's heavy, you're not ready to be a vessel for creativity. You're not. Hope that's landing with you. In today's video, I'm going to go through day 1's content of our workbook. So again, I emailed y'all this workbook. I printed mine in black and white because I'm out of color ink right now and I don't feel like going to one of the home office supply stores. And this is just 3 days of challenge. So I hope you can be here every day at 8 a.m. If you could actually just put a note beside your computer or by your phone, in your phone, that every day, 8 a.m. Today, tomorrow, and Friday. That's it. And I'll keep these videos short. So every day, 8 a.m. Eastern time inside this group. Bring your workbook. If you didn't print it out, just print it out after today's chat. Make sure you're commenting and engaging because, again, this is practice. Creating, connecting, rather than just passively creeping. I'm actually joining a 7-hour virtual conference today and tomorrow. It was supposed to be in person with my business mastermind community, but can't happen. And I love one of the things they said in the email was that you're not allowed to join with your video and your audio off. If you don't have the proper device, go get it fixed. They told us well in advance because it's not meant to be lay in bed and scroll while you're watching the conference. Donna, no worries. You can use the digital format. Just grab a pen and paper and scribble out the questions. You don't need the workbook. I like a physical copy. So as long as you have it, you've got it pulled up, then you can complete everything. Because I know not everybody has a printer. I just love a printed copy. So I love that you're all chatting already. And I just wanted to share that story because I thought it was interesting. They're actually putting boundaries on their virtual event. If you're just joining to half be there, then don't come to the conference. It's video on, it's be ready to participate, or, come to the next one, sorry. So it's, if you're gonna be online, why not at least be present, connect, type in the chat box. So thank you for all of your participation so far, it means a lot. I have a nice prize for somebody. So I'll be coming in at random at times throughout the next 3 days to see who's connecting, who's sharing their wins and successes based on what I post. Can't wait to see your results. At the end of the day, I want you to be here getting results from this challenge. Hannah says, what kind of software are they using? Yeah, it'll be Zoom, using the breakout rooms and all the features. So it's still going to be similar to an in-person conference where you can join breakout rooms based on the speakers you want to hear. We're using Zoom, so it'll be pretty cool. I'll have lots more to share after I get through day 1 of the conference today. So before I get into day 1 content, quickly introduce myself. So my name is Kelsey Rydell. I am losing my voice apparently. I'm a business coach, podcast host, and I've worked in social media management for many, many, many years. Since before it was a thing to become a social media freelancer, that was what I decided to change my LinkedIn profile to. And I was like, yeah, I'll try my hand at social media. And then from there, I just dove in, taught myself, took a ton of courses, worked for a lot of the largest health food brands in North America, helping them build their Facebook groups from 0 to 6,000, their Instagrams from 0 to 20, 30K. And along the way, learned a lot of lessons, then ultimately ended up building my own brand and have really had a keen eye on where social media is headed and how we can use it in a beneficial way and experience joy from it rather than using it to crowd out our amazing energy. I also host a podcast called Visionary Life. We've talked about social media a lot. One thing I've gathered from a lot of the guests, I've had over 100 guests on the show, is that a lot of them actually follow less than 100 people on Instagram. Crazy, right? So that's where we're headed today. So let's get into day one's content. So you'll probably see page 1 is just your title page here. I give you some of the details of the challenge on page 2. And then on page 3 here, we're starting with the visionary lens, okay? So we're going to zoom the lens back. We're not going to make any quick or irrational decisions on unfollowing people or like purging everything on social. Today is really about understanding why we're on social, what we're looking for, the deeper meaning behind our scrolls, okay? So we're actually starting with the digging. The first question, and I'll give you some real time to answer these, some like live time to answer them and think and type in the chat box, but you might want to go through this later, okay? Number 1, what are you looking for when you open up Instagram? So go ahead and jot that down. What do you think you're looking for when you pop open Instagram? 5 times a day, 20 times a day, 40 times a day, 400 times a day. Type in the chat box if you have something. For me, I think I am looking for distraction. I'm looking to remove myself from what I'm currently doing. That's my answer. If you want to share anything, what are you looking for? Business mentors. Oh, I love that. That's actually a very positive reason to open up Instagram. So that's amazing, Carrie. Sue says to feel inspired. I love that. Valerie says she never thought about that before. Yeah, it's weird. My mind went to when I said, what am I looking for? You can take this either way. Like the content that you desire, my mind went to distraction. I'm looking for distraction. Inspiration and updates from family. I love that. Reading. Very cool. So jotting those down. Connection to see what others are doing. Something to make you feel good. Yeah. Yep. Helpful information. Love that, Hannah. Now the question is, what are you really looking for? I want you to go a layer deeper. If you thought you were looking for connection, like Leslie said she was, I'm not going to pick on you. Do you really think you want connection? Or is it just to numb out for a minute? What are you really, really looking for? So I asked this question just a second time because I want you to think, like, when you flipped open Instagram this morning in bed, like, were you really looking to be inspired? Did you really want helpful information at 6 a.m.? What are you really looking for? What is that underlying pull to open it up? Carrie says, someone I can align with to help me with my business. But is that found through Instagram? Escapism. Escape. Wow, both of you. We're really looking for an escape. Fill time. Scroll till something catches your eye. So that's kind of escapism too. The third question in your notebook is asking you, are there other ways to fulfill your answer from question 2? So for example, Carrie, to find someone to help you align with your business, is there a way to do that off of Instagram that might be more productive? For the ones who said escape, like Valerie and Hannah and Jessica, is there a way to escape that doesn't involve mindlessly grabbing our device? Is there a way to not miss out, like Donna says, without grabbing the device? And jot that down. Like, could you call a friend instead? Or text a friend, right? Simple. Can you take a bath? Can you talk to the person you live with? So often I find that I'm like, don't think I'm a bad wife. I'd rather scroll Instagram than talk to my husband. Like, I'm just like, he'll start talking to me, and when I need like that mind-numbing break, I'm just like, no, like I'm on Instagram right now. And that seemingly fills me up more than having a conversation with a real person. What? I can't believe I told you that. When I told you, okay, so I said my answer to question 1 was I want distraction. But what I really want is to numb out. That's what came out of question 2. Another way for me to find distraction and to just numb out without Instagram would probably be to close my eyes. Close my eyes and take 5 deep breaths and do box breathing where you count, hold, count, hold, count, hold. Like, wouldn't that satisfy my need to numb out of the tasks that I'm doing? Yeah, probably. So, the first 3 questions are heavy. And then question number 4 is, are you a creator and connector, or are you a creeper consumer? Do you just creep and consume Insta content? Or do you really feel like you're providing to the Instagram universe when you log in? It's kind of like a blog. It's like getting up on stage and sharing a message, sharing your gift with the world. Which one do you align with? And maybe just write a percentage. Like, I'm 20% creator and connector and 80% creeper consumer. So what's that ratio? All right, let's get into the challenge. The challenge is part 2 of your day 1 workbook. Describe how you feel right now in a few sentences. Just like in general, describe how you feel right now in a few sentences, assuming you haven't been on social media for the past hour. Okay, I know some of you may, you're on here, but you're not on Instagram. And we're talking about Instagram specifically. So, describe how you feel right now. I feel great. I've been for a walk. It's morning. I have barely looked at my Instagram today, maybe for 5 minutes to get some data for today's video. I feel really, really good. I feel like the sunshine's coming in. I have a virtual conference today. I'm excited. Leslie, back to the creator creeper. I'm a creeper, very challenged when it comes to creating content that is unique. What if you didn't follow anyone and you didn't see what other people were posting, and you instead only channeled your energy towards creating something and having no idea if anyone's ever created that before because you're not seeing it, right? Like, I always think of the phrase, stay in your own lane. You have unique stuff, Leslie. You have so much unique stuff. And the only reason you think it's not unique is because you're spending time looking at other people's stuff. Why do people resist creating anything? Because they think it's already been done, because they've been looking at too many other people's ideas and trying to do it like them. It's really interesting. Sue says 95% creator. Wow, that's amazing. Leslie, the opposite. I love this. Leslie's like 95% creeper. Yeah, like I'm mostly creeping. Don't worry, guys. Like my ratio's not that great either. Carrie, I feel like I have a lot to do. Yep. Okay, get to question 1 of the challenge. How do you feel right now? Just in general. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Feel good? Feel excited for the day? All that? Kind of feeling a little weird? Oh, Sue said opposite. Okay. Okay, so Sue and Leslie are in the same boat here. Okay, now I'm going to give you a few minutes, and I want you to leave this video temporarily, just kind of minimize it. Donna feels stressed and tired. Thank you for being honest. We appreciate the honesty here. What we're all going to go do is open our Instagram for 2 minutes. I said 5 minutes, but for the purpose of this video, we're going to do 2 minutes. I want you to scroll, and I want you to just like be a consumer for 2 minutes, and then we're going to meet back here. And we're going to ask question number 3. You ready? 2 minutes. You're going to your Instagram. Come back in 120 seconds. Okay? I'll see you in 2 minutes. I'll play some music. I'm going to scroll via my laptop, okay? Okay, you should all be scrolling your Instagram right now. 2 minutes, just be a consumer of content. Okay, come back to me. Everyone coming back to me? Okay, that was your 2 minutes. So this should be an interesting experiment now. So normally I'd get you to do that for 5 minutes. Now I want you to answer number 3 in the challenge, which is now, how do you feel? Okay, now that you've spent 2 minutes absorbing content, now how do you feel? Let's hear in the chat box. Now, how do you feel? Maybe some of you just saw something weird on Instagram. Maybe for some of you, you have really positive feeds and you saw so much good stuff. Let me know. How are you feeling after the scroll? How are you feeling after the scroll? I see everyone's coming back now. I'm okay. It made me forget about what I had on my mind. Very interesting observation. Yeah, for me, that's why I'm on Instagram. Usually it's because I want to numb out if I'm just scrolling. So it made you forget about what was on your mind. So that's almost a good thing, right? Like sometimes we need that. We need that distraction. Anybody else want to share like how you're feeling after the scroll? How do you feel after the 2-minute or 5-minute scroll? I actually saw a lot of positive stuff. I saw a lot of gyms. I follow a lot of fitness studios in Toronto, and they're all posting about how they're doing virtual fitness. So that made me happy. It made me a little sad thinking about how are they paying their rent right now. But for the most part, I was excited to see the evolution of these studios. Donna said, annoyed, mostly posts selling products now and sponsored ads. Yes. Instagram loves when we spend time online because they can serve up more ads. And one of the amazing side effects of this challenge is going to be that you get less advertisements. Leslie said, disappointed. Lots of ads and sponsored pics, stock pics from my company. 100%. Disappointed. Yeah. This is such a fun experiment, right? To see what we're getting back. When you're seeing a lot of ads and sponsored posts, we can be in charge of that. We tell Instagram how to treat us. We let Instagram into our house party, right? Because Instagram targets us with ads that they think we want to see. Jessica, I feel good actually. I just scrolled the news feed and I read some positive quotes and saw some morning workouts and recent work, but it made me feel like I need to do something. Yeah. So I'm so happy that you're seeing positive stuff. I think that means you've got a good roster of people that you're following. Obviously some work can be done. Morning workouts. Yeah. Like it's sometimes nice to see people doing quirky things, doing their workouts at home with their kids running around, but it probably made you feel unproductive. Hannah said bored. Yeah. It's like, why are we opening Instagram if we're not even amused with our feed? Carrie says overwhelmed about what I am not doing. Like, give me an emoji if that resonates with you. If you've ever felt overwhelmed about what you're not doing when you open up Instagram. Valerie preferring stories. Yep. And we're going to hopefully curate that because through the people you follow, you actually see their stories. So if we follow only the people we want, we're only going to see the stories that we really want. Sue says lots of positive quotes. That's awesome. That's really good because sometimes we need that inspiration. Okay, so on to question 4, 5, 6, and 7. Did you see anything that inspired you over those 5 minutes? Did you see anything that entertained you? Did you see anything that educated you? Did you see anything that activated or triggered you? Like kind of made you like, ugh, like there's that stupid person again posting that silly product. That's what I mean by triggered. So you can just jot down some notes. What inspired you, entertained you, educated you, or triggered you? Because this is actually part of our challenge tomorrow. You may have seen, you're like, oh, don't give us homework, but there's homework on tomorrow's chart. We are going to be understanding if content doesn't educate, inspire, or entertain us, do we need to follow that person? Yeah, so Carrie says she felt inspired. Sue makes me realize it's a huge time waster. Yeah. Hannah saw a lot of stuff about Corona. It amplifies what's already going on in the world. It's like you can go to a certain news source and hear about it. Do we need to hear 9 people's echoing of that? So I want you to do that again later today, okay? Please take the time, do that. Maybe around 4 p.m., 5 p.m. If you haven't checked Instagram for an hour or two, I want you to just record how you feel. Maybe you just like had a nice conversation with a friend, record, okay, I feel really good, I feel positive, or however you're feeling, be honest. Scroll Instagram 5 minutes and then see how you feel, okay? Questions 1 through 3. Now let's do the interesting. When did you join Instagram? I want to know how long you've been on. You don't have to do it now, but if you want to write this down so that you know how to do it after we get off this call, this video, you're going to go to that little wheel icon, your settings, okay? So click the hamburger menu, then settings, then security, then access data, then date joined. Do you guys get that? So you're going to go to the hamburger icon on your profile, top right corner, then settings, security, access data, date joined. Okay? And if anyone joined before me, I am going to give you a special prize. So I'll post something later that asks you what day you joined Instagram, okay? I joined March 24th, 2013. That's a long time, 7 years, and I've never done a cleanse like this. So do that later. Secondly, how long do you spend on Instagram each day? March 2012. Whoa, Valerie. Wow, you're a whole year earlier than me. Okay, the second piece of the interesting. How long do you spend on Instagram each day? To find this out, go to your profile, click on the hamburger menu, tap settings, and tap your activity. You should see an average time spent on Instagram. Does anyone want to quickly go check that? Go to your profile, click the hamburger in the top right-hand corner, those 3 lines, settings, your activity. How long are you guys spending on Instagram each day? Leslie says I'm not on Instagram. That's awesome. Okay, but what is not much? Can you give us some data? Sue joined 2016. Nice. So you've been on about 4 years now. Time for a cleanse. You want to know how long I spend on Instagram each day? Not proud of it. Hopefully going to go down after this. Sue, 27 minutes. Nice. Hannah, 2 hours. Okay, I'll type it in. Whoops. There's mine. 1 hour, 10 minutes every day. Carrie joined June 6th. Carrie and Sue joined around the same time. Of course you did. Anyone else have data on how long they're on Instagram each day? I told you I was going to make you work. This challenge is not passive. Well, I will be posting this as homework, okay? Next up, last piece of our video today. I want you to unfollow 10 people right now. So the challenge is to screenshot your current followers. So just screenshot your profile, unfollow 10 people, and post the after. All right. So those are your 3 homework items. The interesting, what's under there? Donna, 1 hour, 1 minute. We're about the same. Jessica, 2 hours, 1 minute. Oh, I know. It's like reality check. 29 minutes on phone, but then so much on IG desktop. Oh, good point. Yeah, because desktop is different. Can't find the time, actually. Let me know after, and I can help you out, Leslie. How do you unfollow people without getting offended? Don't worry, we'll talk about that tomorrow, Hannah. All right, so I'm going to post those challenges. I want you to share the results that you just shared with me here in our group. I want you to screenshot your profile before, unfollow 10 people, screenshot it after. And we're going to be back tomorrow with some more hard assignments, some more fun stuff too, okay? So join me at 8 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. It's going to be good, so don't miss out. Thank you for being connectors, not creepers today. I love hearing from all of you. It's fun community, fun to do this challenge with everybody. I think it's going to be pretty powerful. I've already, just the data that we've just gotten here today is pretty cool. So if you have any questions, post them below the video. If you're watching the replay, you can still post. I'll still be checking in. I'm here for you. Connect with me on Instagram at Kelsey Reidel, KelseyReidl. I'll see you all back here at 8 a.m. Eastern tomorrow.